Good evening and welcome. We are live from Queensland in this Kappa Pro Series clash, and everything is set for a high-tempo early season statement between Lions Football Club and Wynnum Wolves. Well, this competition has wasted no time delivering drama, and tonight's match already carries the weight. These are competitive matches early in the campaign where form will matter, and the intent here is unmissable. Well, on one side we have the away team. It's Wolves. They arrive with confidence surging. They really announced themselves in emphatic fashion in their opening outing, dismantling St George by 6-0 in a ruthless display of attacking football. That result sent a clear message: Wolves mean business, and they'll be looking to carry that momentum straight into this colossal contest. Well, standing in their way in the home end is Lions Football Club, a team synonymous with success in Queensland, and they've wasted no time in getting up to speed themselves. They opened their campaign with a 2-1 victory over Ipswich, showing their trademark composure. Even this early, they look sharp, organised, and ready to set the tone. Well, over the course, matches between these sides are often decided by fine margins. There will be no shortage of ambition as both these teams look to assert themselves in the Kappa Pro Series. It is early in the season, like we said, but momentum is precious. Confidence is growing from both these sides. With had a few changes on both ends, and excitement is around the signing of Akbari for Lions, a player who has played at the highest level. For Wolves, some big players coming in as well, with Nash joining in from Gold Coast Knights and scoring in the last outing. My name is Alan Crow, and you're live here on FQTV as Lions Football Club hosts Wynnum Wolves in this Kappa Pro Series clash. Wolves are also without Graham Harvey, who's sidelined due to surgery, but we'll be watching on, of course, pushing his side forward, as it is a tough match here. Always had a feeling that the top two spots might be decided here tonight, Wynnum Wolves and Lions. And it is Lions who gets us on the way here. Hope immediately at the right side, a referee in the middle, McKenzie. Not to award anything at all there. Kovic. It's a strong challenge. Sliding in there. Obviously there is big talking point is Duckworth back against his former club. Here's Deng. He's pointing. Inside lines. That's a really nice play, and pointing, trying to get down this left side, fires it across goal, and there was a good opportunity there. There's Gallet. Actually comes out and grabs it real well. It's good play from the Lions, really good build-up. That ball fired across goal here. Certainly could have happened. Duckworth captaining Wynnum Wolves today. Player with so much experience and is really well thought of at Luxury Paint Stadium. Here's Deng. Got pointing ahead of him. Pointing with it. Wynnum Wolves just trying to play it out under pressure. And they're forced to clear their lines, as Lions keeping them pending. Here's Deng. Lions working it well under pressure, pointing and looking to deliver us in, this time with the right foot towards that back post. It is headed clear. And now Wynnum Wolves will look to break. They do have a bit of pace about them. Up here goes Nash. Nash, he's trying to hold her up here for support. Well played from Nash. Here's Duckworth. Wynnum Wolves' turn to try and put a little bit of pressure. Hingert. Butler still going, fires it in across, it's not properly cleared, it comes out, it's a good save. As Motto fires hard and it's saved by Pond. That's good chances up either end, both sides really going for this now. Wasn't the best of clearance there from Gerrard. is a Wynnum corner. It's their turn to try and put the pressure on. It's a deep delivery all the way through. It's headed back across. Thumped away now. Lions try and launch a counter here. Hands are surely used. The referee thought about it before making the decision. Here's Deng. Akbari, what a pass that is from Akbari. Ho is making a run forward. No shouts there of a handball on Partridge. Referee seen nothing in it. Duckworth looks to try and turn Akbari. Might have nicked it. Here comes Lions now again, pointing. So much energy in this game, pointing. He's got support to his left, opts to try and put it into himself. Player pointing. Pointing brothers. Barry line across to the pointing. Slightly escapes. Still opportunity on though. Deng. Well, he's trying to keep a bit of pressure on Wynnum Wills here. Pope. Pointing now, got a little bit of time here if he can go for the left foot delivery. Yes, time goes across goal. Still alive though here. Jared. This Deng. Well worked. And from Lions trying to find a space. Wynnum Wills not quite able to clear their lines. It was pointing. Carlos switching it. Space down this right side with Jared. With Jared into Hoare. Hoare on the touch and turn. The Lions really not letting Wynnum Wills play out from the back, despite Wynnum really trying to do so. Nash putting his body on the line. Well, so far the opening 7 minutes has kind of gone as expected. Wynnum happy to sit in a little bit, soak up the pressure and try and hit Lions on that break. But Wynnum, they can play a bit of football themselves, of course. Lions always thrive under home territory. Here's pointing. Confident to come in on that left foot. Back to Deng. There's a ton. Akbari. Tommy Jared. Early delivery, not properly cleared. Comes to pointing across. Here's Carlos. Carlos with a little dink into the box, and that will be comfortably collected. Galay and goals for Wynnum Wills. Isn't it just so great to have the football back here in Queensland? We've missed the NPL sides playing each other. Just isn't the same without it. Wynnum working that really well. Ingard. Duckworth. Duckworth. What a ball that is from Duckworth into Nash. And really strong defending from Tommy Jared. Well, that is just a top draw pass. There's not many players on the pitch that probably would have picked that out so quickly. Nash doing what all good strikers do, tried to take it first time. Just wonder if he done a little bit more with it. That's the quality of Joe Duckworth. Partridge. Wynnum Wolves gaining some ground here. There's Parker. Good. Engard making the run here. Pointing doing defensive duties. Hasn't had an awful lot to do from that part of the pitches yet. Pointing. More of an offensive threat. He's Engard again. Using his strength there. He might make a little bit of pace, but sure makes up for it. And now beaten. Lions looking to break quickly here. That's a good ball over the top. It's Fechner trying to get in on it. And for the moment, Wynnum Wolves going from one end to the other. Can it be kept in from Amoto? Amoto's got the pace. Shifts onto that right foot, Amoto. Back onto the left. Needs support from Partridge. Wynnum. Milcevic, in the middle of the park, has been a dominant force who's completely in control against St George. Willawong, he's just starting to find his feet a little bit here. Doing his defensive work there. Tor closely monitored from Wynnum. A spell of possession. Carlos. Or back to Carlos. Carlos driving into a bit of space here. Wynnum Wolves looking to break quickly. Nash is always the intended target. Just can't have him too isolated. Nash. You see the distance between him and the rest of the Wynnum Wolves boys there. He's the only one pressing. Is Deng. He's pointing again, coming in there. Shifts from left to right, decides to go himself. Well, it sort of opened up for him there. There's Duckworth. Not taking any chances, but the ball's just given away, and Lions will be able to put a little bit more pressure back on Wynnum Wolves. Top it goes, Hingert. We'll leave that for his goalie. It goes long, but it's just given straight to Deng. Lovely control, well worked here. Blair pointing. Try and squeeze it through. It's Fechner, and I think the corner is prevented. Be a throw here. For Lions deep inside Wynnum territory. is Akbari. Former Brisbane Roman will take this corner. Is into that back post. Deng actually hits it clear. Wynnum helps it on as well. And Moto can't quite get there, can he? No, he just does enough. Moto, the former Redlands regular. There's a bright spark in this women's Wolves side as Wynnum just brought down. Here's Yokoyama, the former Brisbane City midfielder, playing centre back today for Wynnum Wolves. So it brings that more composure in the back line. Yokoyama can certainly play with the balls. Duckworth not able to find anyone as Akbari takes over. It is Pope with Jared. That's a really good partnership building in the back line with Deng on this left side. They're pointing. Akbari in space. Is with Carlos. For the moment, Wynnum Wolves are really struggling to get out here. Well, as soon as I say that, it's Partridge looking to try and hit a bit of a break in Moto. As Butler is. Wynnum will just try and hold on to the ball a little bit here. Finger. Duckworth up to Nash. Nash loves to pick the ball up in this position. He always likes to take on his man here, Nash, but couldn't conjure up something. Engert was with Parker. There's Yokoyama. Play Partridge. Imoto. Partridge looking to get this game back off and running. Imoto. It's Wynnum. Engert to Wynnum. It is Wynnum Wolves' turn to hold the ball. As soon as I say that though, they give it away to Lions. And it is Poynton's been excellent as Hoare. Poynton looked to continue his run there. I think Hoare just expecting the youngster just to keep that one going. He didn't quite. Not on the same wavelength, and that ball's given away. Well, mistakes from both sides now, and that can certainly occur this early on in the season. Milcevic, a player who's not associated with giving the ball away like that. They're pointing, and he's closely followed from Wynnum. There's a hard-working Wynnum, former Brisbane City midfielder as well. It is Carlos looking for some option. He's got Hoare making that run. Nice wee run here from Hoare. Carlos looking to get it back. He does. It's a bit of a tight angle. Can he get it across? He can. But it is absolutely thumped to safety from Parker. And it is yet another corner here for Lions in the Kappa Pro Series. I think Pope asking Akbari just to pop it into the centre circle. Bit of a deep one towards that back post. Jar was the target. Good defending there, it's a Moto. Moto looking to try and play it quickly into that corner for Nash. It's given away. You can see the game plan from Wynnum Wolves. And obviously there is always a large gap though between Nash and any other supporting player. Just trying to hit him and hope he can hold on to it. Dang. Oh, spilled there. Mistake at the back, referee. Thought he was certainly going to go for it there. That's Fekna. Not a bad ball from Carlos here. I think Fekna was rather unlucky. Shows the way Lions can play. They don't always have to play through the lines. And go route one there, almost paid off. And go. Back with Yokoyama. There's again. Looks like a great pass here, Moto. Moto trying to play it into Butler. Partridge. Wynnum. Work well here is Butler. There's Parker. And Gut. He was the captain in that 6-0 victory over St George Willawong. It was a great game to watch, the Wynnum Wolves St George game. St George certainly had their chances in that match as well. Wynnum Wolves just so clinical when they got forward and always looked dangerous. Different type of game this one though so far. It's Wynnum. Yokoyama. It's Parker. Good. Wynnum. I play the long ball. This Pope trying to stay composed. Does quite well there. Looks like the ball went out of play, but the linesman didn't think so, and Lions have done really well to break the press. As they come charging down with Griggs, and that will be a foul. Right decision from the referee. Shows you though, the Lions looked like they were going to be penned in there, and they get up the park quickly, win a free kick. Alexander Griggs winning that one, and Lions will look to put a wee bit of pressure in the box. And it is headed clear. Moto was out to Fekna. Paul will have another bite at a delivery again. It doesn't beat Yokoyama. Lions still trying to keep it alive, but Wynnum clearance isn't great. Pointing, shifts it back onto his right foot, and he fires wide. He'll take a wee neck on the way through. I just love the confidence here from Pointing. As soon as he gets it, he just knows his teammates are going to make runs. Whacks it onto his right foot. Does take a lot of confidence to opt to shoot when you have a player like Akbari making a run to your left. Will be the left foot delivery this time. Lions look to pile on a bit of pressure. Headed towards goal. I think it just is knocked wide there from box. I'm not sure he got that last touch. It was a good ball this time. Good movement from Lions inside the box, finding the space. It is head on from Carlos. Lions look to take this one quickly. Hoare. Deflection on the cross. Punch clear. Not far enough though. And volley just over the bar. It comes out to Pointing. It takes another deflection. And Lions have yet another corner here. And Wynnum Wolves are holding on by a thread. And why not have a go? Hit with some amount of power. Liam Pointing having all the chances for Lions at the moment. Wynnum Wolves standing strong. That's a good clearance this time. "25 minutes played at Luxury Pint Stadium. Lions aside in the ascendancy at the moment. Another left foot delivery. And it's whipped in again. Doesn't beat the first man this time. Lions playing it in. Deng trying to keep it alive. Here's Akbari. It is Pope still further forward. Akbari now. He's got Hoare in the middle. Does come to Pointing. Just onto his right foot. Shouts of a handball. It's dinked to the back post. And that will go for a goal kick. Referee quite rightly saying that's a handball. Would have been rather unfortunate if it did go that, but Blair Pointing, both the Pointing brothers really putting on a show so far in the opening half hour. Towards Nash here, and he might look to win a corner here off Pope. He does. I thought Wynnum Wolves taking that throw early might have just lost him the chance to attack there, but Nash does extremely well to win his side a corner, and Wynnum Wolves have been under so much pressure the last 5-10 minutes. They would love a goal here. Almost everyone back defending for the home side. That ball whipped in and Deng knocks it off the line. I tell you what, that was heading in as Duckworth tries to keep it alive, and it's volleyed well and truly over the bar from the left back Partridge. Tried to go for the screamer, and yeah, I think that was going in here. Deng heading it clear. Just wasn't falling for him at all there, Partridge. Here's Deng. Liam Pointing to his left. Oh, Wynnum Wolves sitting right back into that shape. There's Carlos. Griggs. Griggs trying to take on Partridge. That is Partridge's strength though. Very difficult to get around him on the outside. Deng. Is Griggs. Wynnum Wolves happy to defend as narrow as possible. Just allow Lions to get the ball out wide because they know they can defend their box well. That's exactly what they've done. We're not seeing an awful lot in that as Wynnum Wolves just trying to win something. Here is Deng. Liam pointing. Back to Deng. Lions really just trying to get into that motion, and as soon as Wynnum Wolves try to break, just can't quite hit Nash, and it comes right back at them. There's with Tommy Jared. Carlos fancies the shot there. Why not? Everyone backing off him. Akbari. Duckworth just sticking a little leg at it. Back it goes to LA. Oh, there's another live commentated game. Holland Park Hawks and Eastern Suburbs. It's still 0-0 there as well. That's live with Adam Cattell. Certainly aren't missing much in that game either. Wynnum just caught a little bit late from Deng there. The referee definitely giving a foul. No yellow card in it. Deng just a wee bit late. Certainly wasn't studs up or anything malicious at all. Here's Nash. Exactly what they're looking to do. Ingert. Wynnum. Switching it now to Partridge. Milosevic to Parker. Ingert. And Lions really shifting the defending so well here, Lions. Duckworth though in a bit of space. Can he unlock Lions back line as Deng tries to prevent the throw, but it does go out. There's Duckworth. It's Wynnum. Always interesting when you come against your former club. Not sure all these players who Duckworth has played alongside. I don't know exactly what they'll be doing, but then again, they'll know exactly how he'll want to play. Yokoyama. Partridge back to Yokoyama. Good for Nash here. Up against Pope, and he does win it. Nash. Yokoyama. Here's Parker. Ingert. Good spill of possession this for Wynnum Wolves. Imoto switching sides to this right side. Has to go back to Parker. Lions making it extremely difficult for Wynnum Wolves to find any space. But their wayside holding onto the ball well. Just buying their time. Yokoyama. It's not the right type of ball that time. He did ping a few good ones before, but not that time. And possession given up, and is with Deng. Port not quite able to squeeze it through, unfortunately. Goes to Galay. Well, Lions finishing the regular season last year in second place. A little bit behind potential winners, Morton City Excelsior. Wynnum Wolves will be looking to build on their 8th finish last season. And just narrowly finished behind Brisbane City. A bit of an enigma last season, Wynnum Wolves. Hot and cold. Looking for more consistency this season, I'm sure. Partridge. Which losing out, referee playing the advantage here as Hoare looks for pointing. Player pointing to Liam pointing. There's a good delivery, it's headed back across goal, but and over it goes. It was Griggs coming in there at that back post. All Lions certainly having the most of the chances. Galay hasn't had like an awful lot to do with that. Here's Nash looking to get it back, and Akbari just nicking in there to win it. Certainly is a late one. Fekna. Yellow card coming for Yokoyama. I think it's just intelligent play from Fekna. I think he's looking to just body Yokoyama. He's expecting Yokoyama just to come in there, but he did. The first yellow card of the match. 10 minutes to go here, live on FQTV. It is the Kappa Pro Series. Both these sides winning the opening fixture. Looking to get a little bit of momentum. First place, I'd say, will be decided between these two sides. Here's Akbari. Lions have been so controlled. Friday night football at Luxury Paid Stadium. Nowhere else you would rather be to watch your football. There's no better game on. Cross comes out to Hoare. More comfortable to Blair pointing. Out to Liam pointing. Yokoyama clears. Not far enough away, and Hoare looked like he was going to go for the spectacular there before Duckworth comes in and nicks it off him. Delivery back in. Wynnum Wolves just hanging on with Fred, and there's Hoare, and that was a right good chance for Lions. First real, I'd say, opportunity inside the box where it's bounced quite nicely for a Lions player. He had time just to try and pick his target. I think Yokoyama hesitating. Galay will happily take them all day long. He's very experienced goalkeeper, Galay. Experience in Victoria and of course in Queensland. Oh, Nash, he's looking a really frustrated figure up top for Wynnum Wolves. Lions have really kept him at bay after the early spell. Here's Pope. Pope looking for some options. It's a switch to play here. There's with Jared into Akbari. Akbari. Hoare trying to run to that, and Yokoyama should do his defensive duties here, the Japanese defender today. Lovely control from Amoto, but he just miscues it, and Deng will pick that one up. Amoto looking forward. He's not happy with the run that Nash was making ahead of him. As they approach 5 minutes here to go till half time, concentration is vital for Wynnum Wolves. Those lines just start to creep a little bit closer and closer. Offside taking their time, not rushing anything. There's Jared. Carlos. Hoare. This is a chance here. It's a bit of a short ball to Jared. Nash looking to take on Deng, but Deng will have that covered all day. That's really strong defending from Deng. Read Nash completely there. Nash trying to use his pace, but Deng not even letting him at all. There's Deng. Liam pointing back to Deng. Interested to see if Wynnum Wolves up just to step just a tiny bit further, just take a chance. Minutes before half time, and we'll just look to get into half time level. At the moment, if any side is going to score before the half, it does look like it would be Lions. Milcevic's just knocking it up into the air. Ingert pulled down, that'll be a free kick. That just relieves the pressure. Shouts from Wynnum Wolves for a yellow. I think it goes a bit of a needless tackle for Carlos. Fickner is on the ground here. Like he is in a bit of discomfort at the air challenge in the air. It's Mackenzie in the middle tonight. He's not having a bar of it, despite the frustrations coming in from Duckworth. It was Duckworth and Carlos arguing with Mackenzie there. I think Duckworth just asking the question why the challenge from Carlos wasn't worthy of a yellow. What Yokoyama's was, but Yokoyama's was a little bit more dangerous coming through the back. Will get back onto his feet. The Lions attacker. Well, the first game certainly had goals both these sides. Wynnum Wolves scoring 6 past St George. But we sit here at 0-0 at the moment. Again, chances both sides, but still 0-0. Certainly is goals going around the other games. Brisbane Roar Youth leading Brisbane Strikers by 3-1. Probably, possibly a surprise, depending on your personal opinion, but Ipswich lead St George Willawong by 1-0 in the other game, as that game does approach half time. Magic United 3-0 up against Logan Lightning. And Holland Park Hawks leading Eastern Suburbs away from home. That one is live on FQTV as well, with Adam Cattell on commentary duties for that one. But we're all about Wynnum and Lions here as we also approach half-time. Yokoyama on a yellow card, but has brought a lot of composure to the middle of the park. Here's Duckworth in space now. Duckworth looking for Partridge. Partridge tries to go. It's a really good bit of defending from Griggs there. Wynnum did have the numbers committed. Wynnum picks it up. Duckworth. There's Partridge. But Duckworth's ahead of him. Back to Wynnum. Emoto. So that chance is on there. That is a late one on Fichtner there. And it'll be a yellow card for him. Probably warranted this time. Was going to be before, it is now. Referee McKenzie will probably add on a few extra minutes to that injury to Fichtner. Dang. Been told to play it forward as time's running out. Not the best of balls from him. Here's Jared. Carlos in space. Got Hoare ahead of him. Nice to play it to Fichtner. Fichtner's in behind. He tries to squeeze it across, and I think Yokoyama getting a little touch there. I mean, that was a great pass from Carlos. Really good pick out. Good run from Fichtner. And he isn't able to do enough with it. Yokoyama getting a touch on it, and that is half-time though here at Luxury Pipe Stadium, and it is goalless. Lions probably having a large share of possession, had majority of the chances, but Wynnum Wills held strong. Half-time, it is Lions 0, Wynnum Wills 0.
Excellence. Is it measured in likes, bottom lines, or the impact we make around us? The things we build, the students we inspire, the care we give.
Baby girl.
At CQ University, we recognise all kinds of excellence. We combine contemporary courses with more choices and real support to empower you to create the success that means more to you. Be with CQU.
How do I finish this one? What's it off?
Felton Industries is proud to be the official shelter and grandstands partner of Football Queensland.
Felton offers a range of premium aluminium grandstands, from elite portable spectator seating to soccer team shelters for players and coaches. Give your fans the best view of the game with Felton's comfortable spectator seating. With sun-safe shelters or powder-coated in your team colours. Whatever your club needs, Felton has a high-quality, low-maintenance seating option to suit. We are the pioneers in Australian-made grandstands and team shelters. Contact Felton today on 1800 834 016 or visit felton.net.au.
Extraordinary!
Well, welcome back for the second 45 minutes here at Luxury Parade Stadium. We are goalless as Wynnum Wolves will get us back off and running. They, of course, in their famous yellow and black kit, reminiscent of Borussia Dortmund. They have been defending really well in that first 45 minutes. Wynnum Wolves, they've had a couple of chances, but it is the home side Lions who will probably feel that they deserve something more out of that first 45. Regardless, it is 0-0. And it is up to either side to see who will strike first here in the Kappa Pro Series. Partridge working really hard. There's Duckworth. Duckworth legging across there to Emoto. That is Jared just doing enough to shore up his defence. Milkovic looks to switch it across. The Hinger under pressure. Liam pointing, coming across, forcing Deng to help out. Deng knocking it out. Hilgert rather. Winning the throw. Well, Wynnum Wolves did start brightly in that first half before fading away. I think it's just the way Lions play really forced Wynnum Wolves into that defensive shape, but certainly defended their box really well. Partridge, Yokoyama to his right, decides to play it in early. It is knocked away. As Blair pointing clears, Wynnum looks to bring it down. Fichtner putting the pressure on him. Hilgert certainly using his body really well. There's Yokoyama. Emoto. Emoto just slipping on this surface, and Hoare looks to take over. Hoare inside, Fichtner tries to turn, and it's well defended. Yokoyama coming across, him and Parker doing just enough. Now it's the first time that Lions pick the ball up and immediately they're looking to play it forward. Fichtner just couldn't get it under control, but the way Wynnum has defended so narrow, and they've plugged those gaps. That was a good chance to get in behind, but Wynnum defending well. That should be offside, surely. For Fichtner, it certainly is. No more Andy Pengeli for Lions. He's currently playing at East. So Joe Duckworth, the former captain, captaining Wynnum Wolves today. Certainly would be some story if he managed to get onto the score sheet. And Carlos just run out of ideas there. But really strong winning the ball. Here's Emoto. Has to be a bit of creative. Duckworth to his right here. If he can find the pass, it's a little bit too short. It was the right idea. Just had to put his foot through it a little bit more. Emoto. Wynnum Wolves really need their creative players in that final third just to try and be a bit more clinical. It's Hoare. Partridge winning it. Duckworth. Yokoyama on the back foot. Oh yeah, Holland Park Hawks leading Eastern Suburbs by a goal to nil. Oh, and that is a shock scoreline. By all accounts, it certainly is defence against attack there at East. Is Deng into Fichtner. Fichtner on the left foot. Deflection on the shot! Oh, it just goes by the post. I think Deng just been a lot braver there, just driving forward. He's got the strength. Fichtner, I think Fichtner's trying to play it across his hose in the middle, takes a big deflection. Round it goes for a corner. All the big players up for the back here for the hosts. His delivery up towards Deng, and Carlos squeezing in, and it is Duckworth who thumps it to safety. They're pointing. Back to Pond. Pond not really having a whole lot to do. There's Griggs trying to keep it in. Partridge knocks it around, and it's yet another Lions corner. They've certainly had a number of these. Wynnum Wolves, again, like we said earlier, really strong in the middle of the park, really defending the box. They back their ability to win these headers, win the first and second balls. They're happy for Lions to keep whipping the ball in. And again is prepared. Ho whips it back in, and it's Pop coming across there. Did go out play there. McKenzie saying it is another corner there for Lions. Let's catch it again. Ho not trusting himself in the first bounce. Another corner towards that area. Deng gets up and over it, and he heads it into the ground. It's not a bad technique. It's a good header from Deng, but it goes over the bar. So it's one of those ones. Delivery comes in, you stick your head on it, can go anywhere. If you knock it into the ground, so I'll put off the goalkeeper. Certainly the best chance from a corner. Deng will be kicking himself there. He got up to meet it. Wynnum getting ahead of Carlos. Deng winning that header. Close control from Butler. Haven't seen a whole lot of Butler. Driving forward now is Partridge. To his left is Emoto. Partridge running it back. Emoto slowing the game down here. Emoto looks to floor in. What a pass that is, almost. Comes to Nash. Nash still going. Looks to play it back to Partridge. And Butler! What a save from Cardiff Pond! Cardiff Pond to the rescue of the Lions. Nash does really well here just to keep the ball under control. Comes to Partridge. And what a strike. Butler, that's headed in. By far the best save of the night. Comes from Cardiff Pond. Well, Wynnum Wolves thought they'd taken the lead. Still the chance. There's a corner right on top of the goalie. It's knocked down, not properly cleared there, and I think Emoto just trying to get it back across goal. Pond equal to it. He tries to get Lions quickly at the park, but that will be back into the safe hands of Gallet. He'll lay it off. Yokoyama. Well, is this game beginning to come to life? Duckworth and looking to play it across early. Doesn't quite beat Jared, but well picked up from Emoto. Emoto back onto his right foot. Now, I'll tell you what, wonderful defending. Absolutely sensational defending there. Exactly what you're looking for. And up the lane, Yokoyama dealing with Fichtner. Defence is on top. 55 minutes on the clock. Luxury Paint Stadium. Kappa Pro Series. We are goalless. Akbari. Hoare gets brought down. Akbari looking for it back. He takes it across, and he's just looking for Fichtner to continue that run. Akbari, but Fichtner sort of stayed stationary, looking for it into his feet. Ingot to Wynnum. Ram switching it here to Partridge. Partridge, a former Eastern Suburbs defender. Parker to Hingot. Wynnum. Akbari putting the pressure on. They're pointing rather. Lions really not letting Wynnum Wolves play out from the back. Akbari going all the way back to Cardiff Pond. It is Deng, always happy to drive. Looks to play it through, pointing. A win, yet another corner here for Lions. Both sides. A lot of talent on their benches. They'll make the change first. Lions trying to do something a bit different there with that corner. It's not properly cleared. Hoare still with it. Liam pointing. I'll just chip that into the safe hands. Well, it's clear that the ball's into the boxes. Just floating them in. Wynnum Wolves have defended that really well, so Lions just trying something a bit different. Did have a few numbers there in good areas of the box. Hingot. Butler. And there's Duckworth! Oh, took a little defection of Jared. Did go for a corner. Hingot driving forward. Butler looking forward, Duckworth. First time strike from him. I don't think it would have troubled the goalie, although it was heading towards Nash, and that would have been more dangerous. There's the former Lions captain. Mentioned it so often tonight. We'll look to take this left foot delivery. It's Joe Duckworth. Puts it right on top of the keeper. Deng's there. Nash trying to control it. Nash trying to find some room, sort of turning into trouble. Wynnum Wolves managed to keep it alive. Across it goes to Amoto. Milcevic, Wynnum. Nash just laying it across to Butler. Hoare. Fichtner. Fichtner looking to shape up against Parker here. Uses the overlapping run of Hoare. Hoare fires it across on his left side. A little bit frustrating there from the Lions' perspective. Fichtner does really well there. Good run from Hoare initially. He's got to play that in probably first time. Isn't the strongest on his left peg. Hoare is evident there. Duckworth into over top. Nash running onto it. Tries to get there and wins another corner. Or goal kick, sorry. Good defending from Lions. Nash putting the pressure on. Well, it certainly is very early season and big games coming thick and fast. Intriguing to see how long Wynnum Wolves keep Nash up top on his own like this. Can be tiring at times. a bit of a thankful task. Here's Deng. Just misplaces that. A lot of mistakes coming from both sides tonight. Again, that has to be expected a little bit. Players getting into the rhythm as a motto. Looking for the foul. Mackenzie says play on. Lions have. There's Akbari. Moto taking him on. There's Hort. Looks to shift it. Partridge. Nokovic and Duckworth completely miscuing that. Yokoyama. Wynnum Wolves trying their very best to play out from the back. Surely a little push there from Nash, but Lions should have that through Deng. Out to play it goes. Lions looking for a free kick. Well, we might have our first substitution of the evening. 2 changes being made from a Lions perspective as immediately we can see he's Blair pointing and Deng coming off for Lions. There's Luke Broderick coming on. Zay North and Luke Broderick, the 2 confirmed changes, the first changes of the match. And Broderick will certainly give that bit of energy in the middle of the park. Lions have just lacked a little bit in the second half. They had a lot of it in the first. Here's Partridge. Well, Griggs just swiping at Partridge. Referee. I think it's Wynnum Wolves' turn to make a change. Looks like Butler is the one to make way for Wynnum Wolves there. Full confirmation of that change shortly. Here's Yokoyama. Yokoyama. Good pressure from Fechner. As Martins is the one that has come on for Wynnum Wolves. That change was Butler from Martins. Martins actually left Wynnum Wolves to play for Christchurch United. A spell there before coming back to Wynnum Wolves. Here's Duckworth. Martins, a little bit of a fan's favourite, the Wynnum Wolves. Partridge. And they've picked it up here. Fechner with a big chance. Oh, what a great piece of defending. Or did he just fire that over the bar? That was well collected. Broderick picking up in a dangerous area. He's done it a couple of times. It is actually Fechner just firing it over. He was put under a bit of pressure from Parker, but he's got to do an awful lot better there, Fechner. We've seen Fechner score so many top quality goals. But here's Wynnum Wolves' turn. It's Nash. Barrel down on goal. Nash! And up the other end it's Pope. turning round, and it's a Wynnum rules corner. Well, it's the way this game seems to be going. One end to the other. Once one side hits a spark, the other side comes back at them. I think Nash thought he had more time there than he did. There's a corner chance for Wynnum Wolves as they look to maybe take the lead. Partridge. Let's come out to Martins and he loses it. Lions look to try and counter themselves. Here's Broderick. He's got a lot of pace. Broderick looks in front of him. It is North, looks to play it in early. Partridge back defending. That was a good chance for Lions on the counter. They're so quick, especially Broderick involved. North as well now. A lot of these sides just commit a little bit more to it for the 3 points. Or will they just be happy with the point? Just knocking out a play. Well, an hour played live, over an hour played live on FQTV of the Kappa Pro Series here at Luxury Paint Stadium. You are with Alan Kroll. There's Lions and Wynnum Wolves battling it out as they both look to get that top spot. There's Jared. Well, it's Carlos who takes it. Across now, Partridge. Partridge looks to take on his man here. Gets to the byline. Partridge still going, and it's, tell you what, Akbari has been a cut above in Miller Park tonight for Lions. Just full of complete quality. Little angle ball. Here's Nash. Nash into Broderick. And Broderick slipping. Oh, he said he's asking for it in front of him. As Wynnum Wolves had numbers here. Nash just played it. I think it was the right pass to play there, to be honest, but Duckworth's looking for it to be played in front. There's Duckworth. Imoto. Imoto does well under pressure. Wynnum. Out now to Hinger. Got Wynnum back inside him. Imoto making the run. Here's Partridge. Yokoyama. Loose pass from Yokoyama, but puts Milkovic under pressure. That's another late challenge, this time from Parker. Oh, in fact, no, that is a yellow card for Parker. That's 2 of the centre halves now for Wynnum Wolves yellow carded. I think it's definitely the right decision here. Absolutely no debate at all coming from the Wynnum Wolves bench. Oh, Lions making another change as Carlos will make way. He was certainly busy in the opening 45, a little bit quieter in this second half. That can be said for a number. Lagos is the man to come on. Justin Lagos. There'll be no lack of enthusiasm, that's for sure. Both Carlos and Lagos put quite a shift in. Lions just showing the depth that they have. There's Lagos in close control. There's Griggs. Options inside him. Does find Broderick. It is with Hoare. Broderick. Back to Broderick. Lions just trying to wear down Wynnum here. That's North's attempt. Just floating into the hands, and that won't trouble Wynnum at all. They'll be hoping for that all day long. 20 minutes to go at Luxury Paint Stadium. So we are live on FQ TV for this Kappa Pro Series crash between 2 of the MPL heavyweights. 2 sides expected to finish in the top 2. Griggs to Jared. There's Hoare. Tries to turn with it. Just trying to make something happen. Imoto having that covered. Jared. Akbari. Switches it quite nicely. There's a control. Griggs back on his left foot. There's the angled delivery. And get clears. Akbari gets a flick on. Pope with it. Martins. That's good play from Martins. That's what he needs him to do. I think Martins will be tasked with the job of trying to get closer to Nash up top, I think. But he is so far dropped so deep on that right side. There's North. And the corner is one. I've lost track of how many corners Lions have had today. I no longer have that big target of Deng in the box. Lagos is opting to take this ahead of Akbari. Put him with a lot of pace. That's a good ball. Headed over the bar though from North. Oh, such a direct corner kick. Whipped him with a lot of venom. Just mistimes it there, Zay North. Hinger driving forward. Nash just drifting offside in front of him. He's forced to check back. Lions get back into their defensive shape. Here's Partridge. Both sides plugging away. Well, this pass trying to pick out the skipper Duckworth. Here's Tommy Jarrett. for something. Has to go back to his defensive partner, Pope. Griggs. Jared. Well, it's certainly been an intriguing opening half, or second half. Lions having some good chances. Wynnum Wills also having a couple of chances himself. Fichtner's probably got the best chance from a Lions perspective. And the shot that deflected, pulling off a wonder save from Pond. From Butler was probably the best chance that Wynnum Wills have had. Easily the best save of the night though, that one from Cardiff Pond. Especially when it hasn't been called in action too much. Here's Martins, he gets brought down. The referee thought about playing advantage there, but pulled it back. I think Lions were coming across to deal with that. Again, Duckworth coming across and asking the question about the yellow card. Will be the wand of a left foot of Duckworth to take this for Wynnum Wills. 15 minutes of normal time to play. What will the away side conjure up here? Lost delivery is a good in. It's away from Fichtner doing his defensive work. Well controlled. Partridge. Angle ball here to Nash if he can keep this one in and keep the chance alive here for Wynnum. Well, we see a little bit more of a attacking threat. What's a foul throw? Emoto. Duckworth. It's a great ball from Duckworth. Partridge plays it across and the shouts a handball were waved away from McKenzie. Wynnum Wills putting pressure on the league runners up last season, Lions Football Club. There's Benham with the right peg. Wynnum looking for some options. There's a ball right on top of Pond. It comes back off the upright. Foul in the end from Nash. Not sure who got the final touch on that. It's a good ball from Benham. Oh, claiming of a tug as well. I think it's Parker who gets up to meet that. Desperately unlucky. Here's Griggs. On top, and Fichtner's in behind here, and it is Parker from attacker to defender. I think Wynnum is trying to go for it a little bit more now, and that might open up a little gap there for the Lions. You're just seeing a little bit more space at the back line. Obviously, tired legs playing a part as well. It is Yokoyama who has made way on Wynnum Wills. Of course, on a yellow card. Moto tries to turn Akbari. Akbari with it. Over the top it goes for Escalate. And Parker. Emoto. Partridge actually wins it. There's Jack Hartness, who's come onto the park for Wynnum Wolves. He will slot into that right back position, and Kingert will move into the central part. Here's Lagos in space, so now Lagos looks on the right foot, takes a bit of a block. Lions continuing to put a bit of pressure here. 10 minutes to go till full time. It is North. They're pointing back to North. It's Hoare. Akbari. There's Broderick. Akbari. Will he look to shoot here, Akbari? Jared. Lagos. It's a bit of a hit and halt past that. It's Malpe challenging it down, and he's just come onto the park there. He usually plays in that right wing position. I think he's come on for Nash. Oh, it's gone all the way through. What a chance. He had to shout for the goalkeeper. Delay shouted for, everybody heard it. It was left. You really got to just come out and claim it. Hengart just having a quick word with him. There's Jack Hartness. Bring it up. Duckworth underneath that. Here's Hoare. Hartness putting his body on the line. Great defending there from Hartness. Does really well. Looks so composed there. Hartness knocking it down the line. There's that switch of play. That's Partridge coming forward here. Duckworth now. Got options to his right here. Martin's just trying to do it himself. He's probably Duckworth looking for it back. Wynnum can't really afford to pass up opportunities like that. Here's Fechner. Broderick ahead of him. Fechner trying to find room to get it back. Akbari with it. Akbari with a change of pace. Looks to get it across. Does on the second attempt. And Fechner on the turn. He's pointing, and Hartness looking for a Hartness does just enough to prevent the corner. Hartness joining Wolves from Stirling Albion, former Rangers youth player as well. Played at a really good level in the Scottish footballing pyramid. As we take a quick breather, as Griggs takes some time to just rest up. Looks like it might be a little bit of cramp there. I think certainly on the balance of play, both sides certainly deserve something out the game. Lions have had a lot of the ascendancy, but Wynnum Wolves have had such good chances to score. And with 6 minutes or so left to be played, what side will go for it? Ipswich are now 4-1 up on St George Willawong. 10 goals conceded from St George in those 2 games. It's not the best start to the new season. Eastern Suburbs just drawing level there on Holland Park Hawks as well. A few minutes to go in that game. But we're yet to see a goal here at Luxury Paint Stadium. Will that change as Lions look to snatch all 3 points here at home? Delivery towards that front post. It's head away from Hilgert. Still not properly dealt with. Hoare keeps it alive. Lagos. Lovely skill from Lagos. Gets it across. There's a header. And there's a goal! Long last. And Lions have the lead. It is absolutely no more than they deserve. North with the header into the top corner. It is a perfect time to score. Lions lead Wynnum Wills by a 1-0. There's a sucker punch for the away side. Lions been throwing those balls into the box so often tonight. It's the first time anyone's really able to find space, and it is the substitute North with the header. It's a cracking header as well. That's exactly what Lions would have wanted. It is probably one of the best times to score if you're going to score. Harkness. Well, Wynnum Wills really have to go for it now. They really have to push. There's a touch from Maltby. Gives it away. Well, this might suit Lions here. Might be able to go for a second if they just sit in. Wynnum have to push. Time is not on their side. Go for a Lions throw. They won't be in any hurry at all to take this. I had a feeling that a goal would have come from a set play or cross into the box. Exactly the way it's come by here tonight. Ingert. Harkness. Harkness giving it away to Hoare. Back with Pond. Screams from the Wynnum Wills bench to get forward, get up. Like Broderick. Here's Galley. He's with Harkness. He's looking for something ahead of him. There's not enough movement from Wynnum Wills. Here's Wynnum. Partridge. Albay just picked up at the moment. Griggs looking after him well. Looked like a foul throw, but Wynnum Wills need to get up into second gear here. Long it goes from Hingert. Martins will let it go for a throw. We're into the final minute of added time, of normal time, as we have another substitution being made from the Lions. It is Griggs who will make way. He was down earlier, a little bit of cramp, so he'll get his 2 or 3 minute rest, well earned. Oh, that was a venomous strike. Like his foot was caught as well there. I think that was Parker. Miltovic, sorry, going for that. He looks like still in a bit of pain, but he's back to his feet. Wynnum Wolves looking to put the pressure on Harkness, trying to whip it in, and it's deflected. There's Alex R1, who's gone for Lions. Just coming on to shore things up. The Canadian defender. The referee's just keeping an eye on the time he'll be added on. Wynnum very much up against it here. They do have a throw deep in Lions territory, but they're going to have to work something magical to get back into this. It is getting to that time of just route one, get the ball into the box. Now into added on time. There's launched into back post. There's Partridge. Lions have a player down. The referee does decide to stop it. Something happening off the ball. Does look like a head injury here. I'll see this again. Certainly looked like there was a wee bit of a coming together with a moto. This calls for the bench, so this will just get into some more time for Wynnum Wolves. Kenzie just checking with his linesman, I think, on comms there, whether there was any attempt for a moto. It didn't quite look like it on the camera. Break up a play will suit Lions as we limp into the final minute or two of added time. Ipswich have now gone 5-1 up on St George. Still the one goal here. Well, Broderick will have a bit of a break here before he comes back onto the park. So for the moment, Lions are down to 10 with Wynnum. I think it will be a drop ball back to Wynnum Wolves. It'll be dropped to Partridge, who was in possession. Player safety is paramount, so Kenzie doing the right thing in the middle. Getting to that point of last throw of the dice here. Spanam floats it towards that far post. Isn't quite properly cleared. And it's far towards goal, it's blocked. And there's Duckworth, and he fires over. What a moment that could have been for the skipper. I tell you, of all players that you might want to fall onto his left foot, he actually strikes it much better on his right. He's always leaning back. That was the chance that Wynnum Wolves was begging for. Obviously was a lot of stoppage, so will the referee let it continue? Huge opportunity for Wynnum. Lagos. There's a goal scorer. North losing out. Moto. Lagos slid in there. Moto sort of ticking out of it. Here's the Canadian centre half for a win. He's just knocking it into space just to waste time. There's Partridge. Lions sitting comfortably inside their own half. Hingert floats that in. It's a decent ball too. Headed down. There's so many takers. It is offside though. And that is the full-time whistle. It is a hard-fought victory for Lions. It feels a bit like a snatch and grab. They certainly had their chances. Very professional performance. Wynnum Wolves were in this game right till the end, and they had huge chances to draw level. But Lions take all 3 points here in the Kappa Pro Series. It's finished. Lions Football Club 1, Wynnum Wolves 0.